welcome along. This is Virtual Farmer, and we're back on Pallegney, and I need to get some milk sold. We are in the red. We're by sort of £500. So we got 17,950 litres of milk. We're going to top up our dairy quickly. And make sure that that has everything in it, but I need to make sure that we are fully working and have enough money to do everything. We got some contracts we can do today as well, so I'm basically considering doing those today, and we'll probably use this tractor actually for some of them. There's a couple of weeding contracts. There's also a couple of hoeing contracts that we can do, so that should work out quite well if we use this and our weeder for the weeding contracts and the hoe for the hoeing contract, and get a hoe for the hoeing contracts. That should do us pretty well. Another 12,000 litres of milk. Yeah, right. So first things first, we need to sell this. Where is our best place to sell milk? Is the dairy. Is this my dairy? Let's tag it. That's not my dairy. That is 876 meters over the other way. So yeah, it's about a kilometer away. So we'll go and do this, and that will help us get started. Oh, the other thing we need to do today is roll in the oats. So we've got a fair amount to do on the farm, but we also need to start making a bit of money as well. So the dairy is just down here on the left, or on the right, sorry. And oh, it's a reverse into. I didn't realize that. Going to drive straight through it. And yeah, I need to reverse into this. So maybe we can reverse out of it. Let's see if we can get in here and actually unload it. Yeah, there we go. So unload that. Not like I'm tipping the trailer, and that has given us 11,823, so just over 11,000 in the bank. This is purchasable, this dairy, so if we ever wanted to really up our speed, we could do that. Then we could actually tip there as well. Or is that does that have both a sell point and a production in it? That would be really cool if it did. So I'm gonna stop off at the shop on the way back because we want to get a contract started, and the contract I want to get started is not the weeding contract down here, but instead there's a couple of hoeing contracts. We are going to I hate doing this. We're gonna lease this one. In fact, no, we are going to lease this one. We're not going to do the 21 on 21. We're going to lease the equipment on it. So borrow items. And then we are going to accept that one. And that should mean I can cancel that one and not incur any fees. It's a little bit underhanded, but yeah, if you're going to give me a contract with 475 and then charge me for the equipment, no. But we'll see if that still charges me for the equipment on this, because it does seem a little bit odd if I get to use the equipment and don't do the contract if it doesn't charge me for the equipment. So we'll see what happens. We might still be out of pocket £775. But that would be no different than if we just took the second contract on its own. So not too worried about that. Where is this going? We want this to go to farmland 80. So let's select this, create job. Farmland 80 is over here. So field work, and set it to go from that top corner and start the job. Is that going? Yeah, that's off. Perfect. Right, and that means that we can jump back in this, and we will go and get some more milk, make some more money, and head back to the farm. Our cow's milk production has been pretty good. We had 17,000 litres in there today, and we've left about 3,000 litres overall. We're not going to do another trip because there's only that much in there, and I kind of just want to put that into my own little dairy. Let's see if we can empty this out here. We can. Oh, that's so much easier. So we'll tip this out here. Should make about another 11,000, nearly 12,000 off this, which is good. That will set us up very, very nicely for today. And means I can now get this tractor started. Well, actually, we could get... You know what? I'm going to get this tractor started on weeding contracts. I think we're going to take the New Holland T7 and go and do the rolling with that. Actually, forget that. What we're going to do is we're going to go and get this doing the contracting work and get this doing the weeding. We've been using the T7 quite a bit recently, and I think actually we can send this off to go and get some stuff done. What we do need to do is refuel it, because obviously we're using more fuel these days, as we should be. So hook that up and do that. Let's go and see how much fuel we actually have in our tank. Oh, it's empty. Right, we're going to need to buy 5,000 litres, I think. Or 5,000 litres. It's going to cost us 8,000, but that's fine. We'll make that back later. And then bring this over here and stop it. And refill. Nope. I'm in the wrong place. Let's give that another try. So bring this to here. Oh, where is this? Why is this? Oh, I know why. Because I don't have the right bit of kit selected. I'm hoping. At the moment, this is not behaving as it should. And I should be able to refill it. Let's try that. There we go. 5,000 litres of diesel. Tractor is refueled. And start this up again. Right. Let's see what weeding contracts there are available for us today. I can only take one contract at the moment. There's a 2,160 and a 1,065. 2,160 we will accept. That is on field 10. Now, can I get this tractor to go to drive to there? Oh, that create job. And field 10. Where are you? You're down here. There we go. So, field work. Set it on this top corner. And start job. Wow. And it's found its way. Fantastic. Hopefully that's not going to get stuck. And with that away, we can get our N series Voltra hooked up to the rollers and go and roll in the field that we did yesterday. We do want to get the weeder onto this field once we've rolled it, because if we leave it to actually germinate, we will have weeds. Let's just roll that back up. And away we go. Yeah, this little tractor will be absolutely perfect for this, and part of the reason why I like using this on a fairly regular basis is this. Now, we've had a big debate recently about whether we actually need the S-Series Voltra on here, which is a good question. And if we have a look, let's have a look at the value of that S-Series. Is it just a very big tractor that's kicking around? 122,421 is its current value. It's well above what we need on here, admittedly. So let's see what we could get. If we were looking at something comparable to our T7, wow. Yeah, that is very expensive. We would need something in the £120,000 range that there, we're looking at getting another N series. We're looking at getting an M series, or even an M series Kubota at 170 horsepower, which is roughly what we'd need, is 143,000. So to be perfectly honest, we have a lot more horsepower and won't be able to replace it. Admittedly, we'd be replacing it with a new tractor, but it's not worth the money to do it. It really isn't. We'd end up with just a lot less horsepower spending the same money. Yes, it would be a newer tractor, but I like having the horsepower around. It's useful in some of the non-field work jobs that we do, like running the wood chipper when we need that. So yeah, I like having it around, and I think having it around is something that we probably want to do for a while longer. I think these little set of rollers are probably my favorite in-game rollers. They are very, very cool. I think these are a mod. These aren't base game. The base game roller selection is actually fairly thin on the ground. But I'm very pleased these came out really quickly after FS25's launch, because for a small farm, they are massively useful. I mean, just incredibly useful. And as a result, I'm able to very easily get my fields rolled after I've planted them. Now, something, as I was saying earlier, we are going to need to weed this field as well. If I just stop here quickly, you can see here that we have... Do we have weeds in here? I think we have weeds in here. That area owned... No, it's not telling me weeds at the moment, so I think we're all right for now. One of our contracts has finished, though, and that will be this one here, which I'm expecting to finish its job. There we go. So I'm going to send that tractor immediately over. We will get the second job done. That is down here. It's going to need to start at that point and start that job. That's on its way to that. And then our completed one, yeah, we can collect on that. Okay. Do we have any more hoeing contracts? No. We've got one outstanding weeding contract, so I will accept that contract. And we can move the T7 onto that in a minute. I think this field needs to germinate before we actually get any kind of weed reading on here. So next month, while field 32 is being seeded, I think we'll run the weeder over here and get the weed sorted. We'll then be able to roll that field in as well straight after. And then the following month we will we'll get that weeded as well, just to stop the weeds from actually causing us any issues, from us having to either get a hoe or a sprayer on them. Will make our lives just that little bit easier, I think. We probably need to do some weeding on, or not weeding. I think we need to do some fertilizing on the grapevines, so we'll need to sort that as well. Oh, there's so much still to do on the farm, and we need to get the last thing we need to get. So for our aim on this series, for finishing things off, we still need to get the bakery. So everything we're doing at the moment is trying to earn that money to get that bakery, which is I think it's about 150,000. So quite a way to go yet, but I think we can do that by the end of the year. Another contract has finished, and that is actually the hoe on 21. Any more hoeing contracts? Yes. So we got to wait for the contract on field 10 to complete. Once that's completed and we've got a slot freed up, we can go and grab this hoeing contract on 16, which is right next door, and set that tractor off doing that. And that weeding contract has now completed. Make sure I pick the right one. So we'll collect on that. We will accept that. Okay. Send our workers off. This is a bit like a farm management setup. Which field do we want this? So hoeing we want on 16, which is right next door to where that tractor is. So there, create job, position. I'm hoping this will make it across this bridge. And start job. This one here is the current tractor I'm in. This one here is the next one. Create job. And that wants to go to the other one. Where is that? Down here. There we go. So target position for that is here. And start job. Right. And yeah, that Puma has crossed the bridge successfully and is getting started. Field is, well, body of the field is done. Now we're just moving on to the headlands, cleaning up where we've been round on those. And yeah, we'll be done on this field in no time. And hopefully I'm going to have enough fuel. Forgot to refill this tractor before I started this job. Not massively happy about that. But I at least, I'm hoping I've got enough. It's not started beeping at me yet, which is a good sign. Finished the first headland, and the tractor is now beginning to beep at me. So we are running a bit low on fuel. Thankfully, we only have one headland to go. This is not fun to reverse this roller up. It does not roll up very easily, but if I could roll it into rolling into that corner so that we can just come straight off at that corner when we finish the second headland, things are neatening up nicely. New item on sale in the shop: a cramp ram body. What's that? That's that AS. Yeah, big trailer. Knocks speed map. Matt, that is a front-facing, yeah, that's a front-facing mulcher. And then we got the 8RX, we've got an 8RX, and we've got a Bergman. So yeah, nothing of any great use to us at the moment in the sales. I think there might have been a grape harvester in there, but it was way beyond anything we could afford at the moment. Had it come a little bit more opportune time, I think I'd have jumped all over it. But yeah, it seems to have gone out of the sales now anyway. So not too much of a worry. Always nice to pick something like that up, but to be honest, we can lease it. Yes, with our current setup, it will cost us quite a bit to lease it. But leasing it is still a lot cheaper even than buying it secondhand. Last little bit on here, we're not in the red yet in the fuel, so that's good news. And I think next I need to come back and get rid of those destroyed bales. They are absolutely worthless. They'll probably go into the cows just as straight hay, but even then there's nothing of any value in them at all. So yeah, they're just going to go in there to get rid of them rather than go in there to actually help our cows out. I think if I refill my tractors after I've finished a job, that would probably be a really good way to go. So we'll get this refueled before we drop off the rollers. No, like that. Turn that off. Refuel it. Yeah. Even our big truck, even our T7 only took 300 liters then. Meanwhile, we've got another finished contract. This time it is the weeding contract on 23, so we can collect that. Okay, do we have another weeding contract? We do, over on 22, right next door. So we'll accept that. And then, yeah, we'll get our tractor moved over to there. So you... create job, If I create job there and start it, that might end up, I don't know which way that's going to drive. I would expect that to maybe drive across that road and then across the dotted line there. We shall see. Yeah, certainly looks like that's the way it's going. So because I left these bales out all winter, they've basically withered away to nothing. There's no useful hay in them at all. Kind of a waste of time coming in here and cutting these and everything. Yeah, look at that. 0% hay in these bales. That is horrible. So they're seeing as they are hay. What we'll do is we'll just stick them in with the cows. That will just make them disappear. They won't add anything to the cows or anything like that, but it means we can clear this field and get it cut. I think that field is actually ready to cut now, as we didn't cut it in November last year. So as a result, we might be able to get a cut in there today and get that all collected up. This year we're trying to do silage, although I don't think we actually need to. We could do hay. If I'm going to do hay, I'll hold off on that till next time. We'll do it in April, and that will actually work much better for us. But we'll clear these 4 bales off here today. Absolutely useless to us. And a note for the future: I need to get my bales into storage a lot quicker. Second set of bales with nothing in them. We'll just get these dropped off as well. And they literally, we take them up to the cow shed, drop them in like this, and they just disappear. But nothing goes into the cow shed from them because there's nothing usable. If we went and sold them, we'd just get nothing for them as well. So that is all good. Right, I want to check on the fertilizing state of my field. I think we're good for most of them. I think we might need to put another set of fertilizer on. Let's have a look. Fertilized our fields. Yeah, all of our fields are pretty even at the moment, which is great news. Possibly put a little bit of fertilizer on there. Oh, actually, let's go spread some fertilizer through the vines. Can I get a muck spreader to do this? I would really like to have a muck spreader and try that out on the grapes. So grape, where are we? Here we go. Grapes and olives, grape tools. Farm Tech muck spreader. That is 32,500. But that would do the trick. That really would. As we have manure to spread, I really wish one. Let's lease one and give it a try. So I'm going to lease that for 1,657. Yes, okay. And we'll take the N series here down to the shop. Pick that up. But I'm going to use my little grape or my little orchard tractor to actually get the manure spread. So here it is, our little muck spreader. We're not producing a huge amount of manure from the cows, and so I think leasing this is probably a good way to go, because if the cows aren't producing a massive amount, then we won't have a massive amount to actually spread. Getting it over to the farm with this tractor makes sense though, because this tractor moves so much faster than the orchard tractor, and the orchard tractor is on tracks as well. So we're in it would have taken us forever, and we're already 20 past 3 in the afternoon. So yeah, we want to get this back fast and get this stuff loaded up. We'll have to use the bucket for this. So we'll bring this in and over here. And the bucket's over with the silage. There's a fair amount of manure here, so we should be all right. Okay, that is there. let's switch tractors and start getting this loaded up. Our weeding tractor has finished, so let's check on that. Weeding, we can collect on that. Any more weeding contracts? Yes, farmland 1 liter. Oh, it's all in the same area, which is fantastic. Except that contract. And then again, we can select this tractor. We can create a job, set it up to do field 1 here. And away it goes. This little tractor actually has a decent top speed. I didn't think it would go that fast, but yeah, it does. Wow. Hook it up to that. Grab the bucket on our telehandler. And then we'll head over and fill it up. So somebody was asking me in my comments, how do you get this to produce manure? And I just put the I just put a load of straw in with my cows, and they started producing manure. There was nothing more to it for me than that. I don't know if other people have a different way of doing it, or have also had issues. But yeah, for me it was as simple as just adding straw into the cow shed, and then the cow shed just started producing manure like this. And as I said, not a massive amount of manure. It may depend on how many cows you have, possibly. But they're producing enough for me to be able to sort of just get this filled up and trial this out. There we go. Not quite 2 full buckets off here. We will turn that off and leave that here. Jump into this, and then away we go. Let's give this a try and see if this works. The hoeing contract on field 16 has ended with 99% done. That is the problem with this. Oh god. Right, we do need to try and get this to complete. So this tractor is running out of fuel. There we go. Just a tiny little bit it still needed to do. Right, I think we're done though with this hoe for the day. Unless it's got a hoeing contract come up that is just really, really good. We'll collect that. Okay. Let's see. Is there a hoeing contract that's come up? Oh, there is. 14 just round the corner. Right, okay. We'll accept the contract and we'll send it off to do that. These contracts are nice and close to each other, which is really helping. Create job into that corner there and get started. Perfect. Oh no, unreachable. Yeah, it's because we're on the road here. Thankfully, it is just round the corner. And we can just come round like this and kick it off manually. That's fine. Right then, let's give this a try. I don't know how wide this bit of kit is. So, let's unfold the spreader. I'm going to work on the idea that it will cover. Oh, wow. It covers like this. That's so cool. Oh, I love this. So yeah, it's just spreading manure for the actual grapevines and does 2 rows at a time. So doesn't use massive amounts of manure either. So for the little bit that our cows are producing, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. What a fantastic little bit of kit. We are putting just enough manure on this to do it, and we're only putting it on the vines, so it's not a mad width or anything of it, and it is just doing the job fantastically. I'm blown away. I wish I'd used this before. this is just a great mix of getting the cows, using their produce to make the farm better. I'm so happy. I am so happy right now. This has made a massive difference, and yeah, we need to probably outright buy one, because I don't know, you know what, we're not going to use it that often. We might just leave it hanging around the farm, because yeah, if we're using it less than an hour or so, or less than a couple hours each time, that makes sense. But yeah, there we go. Let's have a look at the status of that field, Ben. Fertilized. It should be in rows, I think. Yeah, it is in rows, but those are the rows where it counts. That is very cool. I like that a lot. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. What a cracking little piece of kit. So there we are. The time is coming up to 6 o'clock. This has been a really good little leased item. We're not going to be using it very often, so I think we'll just keep it hanging around. But wow, that's brilliant. So our grapes are fertilized. We will probably put some more fertilizer on them later in the year, just so that we get the maximum we can out of it. We also have had hoeing and weeding contracts going all day that have just produced fantastically for us. And yeah, next time I think we're going to need to cut our grass, start collecting up silage for the year, and then after that, I think, oh yeah, we also need to plant sorghum next time as well. But for today, I think we're all done on the farm. I'm going to go and put this away, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Huge thank you as well to all of my patrons and channel members. These videos are only made possible thanks to your support. If you want more from Virtual Farmer, please check out the videos on screen now, or subscribe for more. And I will see you next time.